Because I was thinking about women. And
but Baltimore, there shouldn't be any problem with her anymore because her character was killed off. So she's no longer on the show. And I'm not saying people's names and all that, so.
Well,
yeah, the Sand Snakes are like,
oh, wow,
Sand Snakes, I can't wait to see what they do. Oh, so that's what they do.
Sleep Snakes.
Okay. Doesn't he do something with a dragon? Wasn't there something with a dragon with her?
Sleep Snacks? What is a dinosaur?
Update! Twitch, update the fucking information. Can you hear me, Twitch?
Come on, Twitch. Twitch.
Look,
I can write the sequel statement for you. Okay, whatever you're calling title.
Well, there goes our PC rating.
Update, and then whatever the table name is, and then set title equal to this new set of text that Kaiser has placed. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then where ID equals, and then whatever number your automated generated system created for this video feed.
RNG.
And it could be 2,000,000,027 or whatever, but whatever that is, where that is, and then just execute that script. And then it will update our title so that our viewers can know that we're not trailer trashing Venom and Twisted Pair and Shazam again. No. We're here to talk about the greatness that is Sid and Marty Krofft.
While drinking.
You tell the best stories, Danny. Tell me another one.
I just want to take... So if you're watching now, the title should read... Drunken TGL 19XX Sid and Marty Krofft. We're here to talk about Sid and Marty Krofft and laugh and sing. Well, I don't know if we're going to sing. Actually, we'll probably sing. When that Bugaloos theme kicks in, I probably won't not be able to sing.
Oh, you know Pryor's Place is my jam.
Go with our negatives there. The bow. So, we are here to TGL. That's Baltimore, me, and Guy, probably that way, and Kaiser, and Danny, somewhere.
Somewhere.
We are here, like Kaiser said, to talk about Sid and Marty Krofft. And if you don't know who they are, do yourselves a favor and
stay tuned, and we'll tell you.
Because they are magical. They are, unicorn fairy people that came and created magic all around our world in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and now, and 90s, and aughts, and teens.
And it may or may not have been drug-induced.
Sure, because, in the 60s and 70s, that's what a lot of creators did. They did drugs, and then they were inspired on it. Look at a lot of the music in that era.
Just for clarification, they claim they didn't.
Right. We're not saying they did. But as you watch their creations throughout our stream, you judge if there was any mind-altering...
HR puffin stuff.
Can't get a little.
Oh.
He's your friend when things get rough.
He is.
So I'll let people take it away with some Sid Marty Krofft knowledge.
Yes, y'all. Right. So the interesting thing is that they were both self-taught puppeteers, and while I believe Sid is the older one by 8 years, so his career is a little bit longer span than Marty's.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Right. So when he was 20 years old, he joined the Ringling Brothers Circus as a puppeteer. So you think about that, he's 20, so Marty's still at home, 12 years old, probably, honing his craft with a lot of homemade puppets and stuff like that. And for you kids out there, Ringling Brothers was a circus. Eventually it merged with Barnum and Bailey, and was the greatest show on earth. And then a few years ago, unfortunately, they closed shop because people stopped going to the circus. So thanks for that, people.
There's not an app for that, by the way.
And now you can't run away and join the circus anymore.
So in 1957, Marty is old enough now to join his brother, and they start doing puppeteer work together. And it's not until 10 years later that Hanna-Barbera, who is, the two cartoon legends that have given us so many great characters and shows and such, they approached Sid and Marty, said, hey, we've got this great idea for a new show. It's called the Banana Splits Adventure Hour. And Richard Donner was in to direct the episodes and kind of help show Hanna-Barbera would be the showrunners, but kind of they really actually gave Richard Donner a lot of freedom with the first season. But they wanted some wild puppets and some mascots, basically living puppets, so people inside of a puppet being all zany and everything. And that's where Sid and Marty Krofft came in. It was their big breakthrough. Once they did that, and they have all these great characters that they created for Hanna-Barbera, their career just takes off from there. And they give us an abundance of shows that from the 60s and the 70s really resonated with a lot of kids.
The one thing to note about the Banana Split show is the first season they filmed at Six Flags. And
yes,
that's kind of pretty cool because as a Texas kid, you're like, that's what you know.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, when you see them riding on the runaway mine train,
yeah,
I was like, whoa, I rode that ride. I know exactly what they're doing.
Never made the connection that it was the actual Six Flags until I read about it. I was like, oh my god! And then the second season, I think they did in Coney Island. At least the exteriors and intros and stuff like that.
Yes.
Which is kind of nice as a New York City resident now to get that kind of like, oh wow, Coney Island, the cyclone, all those things. You're like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I have to feel sorry for those poor actors in those costumes, especially in a hot Texas day.
Yeah, because it was during the summer. Yeah. It looks like that they were filming those episodes.
That was probably the most miserable experience. It's like, oh wow, I'm riding rides. I want to die in my soul.
Right, but you gotta show a lot of energy, guys. So we need you in this scene to be a whole lot of energy. And they're just
masks on.
Yeah, their energy is them trying to get out of the mascot.
And on the log ride, all the water just seeps in their costume, and it's just
they all mildewed and
mess.
Oh,
you can't see their tears, but it's okay. They make you smile.
Yeah, that's for sure.
What's funny though, it's Banana Splits wasn't the only show that had an intro at Six Flags Over Texas. Lidsville did that too at their intro when Mark fell into Marlowe the Magician's hat.
Oh, wow.
That too was at Six Flags.
Wow.
Tell me more about the Six Flags.
We can't. They changed their name.
Oh, they did, didn't they? Or they changed the flags or something.
Yeah,
I don't remember. It's still Six Flags Over Texas to me.
The world makes me tired.
Just great adventures.
Woohoo!
And so, is it just Magic Mountain then? The California park? Is it no longer?
It's just called Flags with a Z. Make it hip.
What's up?
The splits are still going strong though.
Yeah, and then you have HR Puffin Stuff, which is a huge thing for Krofft Empire. And then, funnily enough, we were researching the show. It's like we're trying to figure out. They had a big suit against McDonald's and won. because of McDonald Land and H&R Puff stuff and all their work that they did was copied and shifted over for McDonald's.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah. Prior to that,
I think we
McDonald's
talked about
hadn't done googly eyes or anything like that prior to it. They only. Yep.
Because I think we talked about it a couple of months back. We did a 19XX on Happy Meals, and I think we talked a little bit because there was McDonald Land, and it's like obviously McDonald Land does not exist outside of like some super retro pop culture, but you know certainly the commercials are online. You can find them, but yeah, even the music is very very similar in style. It's pretty much a blatant crib, except with hamburgers.
Yep. Yeah, the commercials were blatant ripoffs of it. Mayor McCheese was a blatant ripoff of a character on HR Puff and Stuff, who I think was also the mayor in what land that they lived in. I forget what it was called.
Yeah, Healthy Salad Land. They weren't a hamburger world.
What I thought was interesting is that they had only one season of HR Puff and Stuff because when they renewed it, they didn't give it enough money, and they were still losing money doing the second season, so they stopped.
Wow!
I was like, come on! Like, when you think about it, when you're doing something like that, you don't realize the ramifications and what you're going to kind of lay out for the rest of the world. But when you think about it now, it's like, what if they had the money to continue? What if they had the money to do what they originally envisioned for their show? And it's like, what did we lose out on that we didn't get? Because they're like frugal about, you can have more than this X amount of money per episode. Like, wow.
Yeah.
There were a lot of the popular shows. Boogaloo's was another one. Of course, H&R. Lidsville was another one-season show. Even Pryor's Place in '84 was a one-season show. They had a lot of one-seasons, but most people remember these shows regardless.
Speaking of, can we just take a moment and sing the Bugaloos theme, or at least part of it? Can we watch it?
We can. Yeah, we can watch it if you want.
I just
pull it up.
Since we started talking, in my head is just Bugaloos, Bugaloos.
They're in everywhere, flying high,
flying free.
Look out for the bugs ever. That's why there was one season.
Because they all died.
The end. Our children
watch it if you want.
All right. Well, if you guys got it queued up, I'm gonna hit play.
All right.
Well, which one? Where are we? Where are we looking at?
Guy sent the Bugaloos.
I sent it in cross songs and notes.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, that's right. Hold
now
on.
you know our internal emails.
Let me go back there.
Yeah, it's just itself on its own. Ah.
Yeah, it's actually one of the shorter intros.
It's like 30 seconds, I believe.
29. Yeah. Get it straight.
Why? Yeah, when I was making that video earlier, some of those intros were like over a minute long.
Oh, yeah, they had some long intros.
Did you? Is this in your video?
No, Bugaloos. No.
Okay, so
no.
We will watch Bugaloos now. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready, kids?
I'm ready.
What's up?
Okay,
I'm ready.
I'm hitting
Bugaloos.
Hitting play.
When?
Bugaloos, Sid Marty Krofft. Everywhere, flying high, flying free.
Now we're all just bugging along.
See, Martha Ray. Do you remember who I said was her previously?
Looks like Phyllis Dillard.
Phyllis Dillard, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Phyllis Dillard.
I got.
I'm in there surfing.
Oh,
yes. Martha Ray Dentureware for Polydent.
I still remember a dream I had in preschool that involved Bugaloos and Romper Room and my preschool teacher.
Oh, wow.
Like, that's how ingrained Bugaloos is in my
Wow.
head.
That's crazy. That's also really funny because that's such an impressionable age that you latched onto it and you still viscerally have it in you.
That might be explaining a bit why I am the way I am.
Why you wear the antenna and the little wings?
Only on Thursdays. Today's Wednesday, so y'all don't get to see it.
Oh, lost Guy's video.
Well, yeah, because
I did.
Yeah, I think I died. Can you hear me?
No,
Yep.
we can hear you, but your video.
Yes, I can hear you. I can't see you.
I'm adding an air of mystery. The external voice.
Well, why you?
Or that.
So you brought up earlier Pryor's Place.
Yeah, that came out in 1984. I put there was an ad that you'd always see in comic books. And, the one with Muppet Babies and Saturday Supercade and all that stuff.
Well, I haven't watched it yet. I
haven't either. This will be my first time ever watching Pryor's Place anything.
So
well, let me preface this by saying that the song was sung by Ray Parker Jr. So this is like right after he did Ghostbusters.
Really?
Right after? Oh wow, yeah, 84. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like honestly you don't see Pryor towards like the end of the song, but it's kind of just like this whole setup of what the show's about with all the characters.
All right,
Going up to the urban.
I've got it prepped, so I'm ready to play when you are.
I'm ready.
We'll count it down.
3, 2, and 1.
Oh, shoe shine.
It's Ray Parker Jr.
Play some basketball in dress shoes.
As you do.
So if this is Pryor's Place, why is he all over the intro?
It's Ray Parker's place now.
Exactly.
That's right.
Ray Parker as Richard Pryor.
He's setting it up.
Hey, you darn kids. Oh, man, I'm
That's
moonwalking.
not. I saw Pat Morita's name.
Yep. He got served by the police and punk.
How wacky. Like, how do you get people to sign on for these things? Like, this is what we're going to do.
Oh, where are the puppets?
There it is.
This is the 80s.
He's
They
not
didn't-
a puppet.
I
There's
saw
a puppet.
a rat. Ooh.
Pryor's Place will return after
This
these
is like
messages.
appeared out of nowhere.
What? It's a
Man, so he was such the man and like in demand that he could only be there for like the very end of that thing.
Or
He was in his trailer the whole rest of the time.
He's like, oh shit, my cue.
Yeah.
That's why Ray Parker keeps looking around. He's like, where the hell is that mofo?
I've
Oh,
only
well.
got so many lyrics, Richard.
No.
I'll just dance until he shows up.
I'm running out of lyrics, man.
Oh man, it kind of looks like it's. I mean, and there weren't that many puppets. All I saw
I
was
saw one.
a couple of rats.
Family.
Yeah, rat family,
Couple
Rats.
and then
Always gotta be rats.
clips of Richard Pryor dressed up as a gypsy and some other things. It kind of seems like I'm getting a vibe of like a Sid and Marty Krofft Sesame Street.
That's kind
thing.
of what I was
Yeah.
getting from it.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the street
Yeah.
element.
More
Mm-hmm.
street
Right.
than Sesame.
I am glad the cop didn't like actually pull out the stick and start beating the kids. That was nice. They kept it holstered.
I was hoping to see Pat.
Well, this is
Morita.
the 80s, Danny, not, last
The
week.
90s,
Oh, okay.
2000s. So that raises a question, though. It's like, because Richard Pryor was not family friendly by any means. None of his acts were. So what else could you do for like completely non-family friendly celebrity comedians or whatever to have like their own kids show?
Well,
It's like they-
remember, like, Bob Saget? He's nowhere near family friendly, and he's, that show.
He did
You
that
remember Sam
Full
Barr had a
House
cartoon?
thing.
Huh?
Little Rosie.
No.
Yeah,
Huh?
she had like a thing where it was like kids. Like Louis Anderson had one as a kid, and Roseanne Barr had one as a
I
kid.
do remember Louis Anderson. I
Yeah,
watched
they had,
that.
they had a
I thought it
Roseanne
was
one.
Rosie O'Donnell that had one for the kids.
No,
Rosie Barr?
no, that'd be like Andrew Dice Clay having one or something like that.
He did have an animation at,
That's
at
right.
one point.
That was on USA Network, wasn't it?
Little Rosie, Doombot Jen says.
See, there you go.
Oh,
So who would be
did she teach
inappropriate
the
and
kids?
family friendly to have their own wholesome kids show these days, like in today?
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
yeah.
Who else would be inappropriate?
Doesn't have to be a comedian. Be like,
Hardy.
Steve Bannon's place.
Stephen Miller.
Stormy Daniels.
Porny place.
Sarah Silverstein.
I like
I
her.
don't think that's a name. Silverstein before the cycle.
Sarah Silverman.
Sarah Silverman.
You're getting your children poets.
Amy.
Sarah. Yeah, Amy Schumer's little kitty corner. Yeah.
Hello, Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh yeah, Borat's place.
Come on down to Borat's place.
Very nice.
Nice. Yeah.
We're
Back
gonna
to
pitch
the prop.
these. We said funny people.
So it's in my my video that I made, where there's a bunch of different ones, but like one of my favorite shows was actually, I think, called like the Sid and Marty Krofft Power Hour or something, where it was there's the Krofft Super Show, where you got a couple of different shows in each episode. So maybe it would be like 2 or 3 8-minute clips or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it was Dr. Shrinker, Electra Woman and Dinah Girl, Captain
Marlena.
Cool. Huh?
With Marlena.
Yes.
Right.
Marlena.
And interesting enough, like they had Pip Boys before Fallout existed. They had like these really cool wristwatch Pip Boy things on there. Magic Mongo, Bigfoot and the Wild Boy, Captain Cool and the Kongs, but my favorite of them all on that show was Wonder Bug.
Oh,
I had
Wonder
Hot
Bug.
Wheels, and my Hot Wheels, all of them became Wonder Bug when that thing came out, because the premise was these teenagers find this raggedy old dune buggy in the junkyard, and it's green, but it puts itself together back together when they find it, and then I think it's the girl, finds this wraparound brass horn with a honk at the end.
Yeah.
And attaches it to it, and then when they honk it, the car just completely does a transformation, and it's this like pink with sparkle paint Wonder Bug, and it's got eyes on the front, and it just takes a whole life of its own, even to the point that this car can freaking fly. It was amazing.
Why not just stay in that mode? Why transform back?
Why transform back into junk out car?
He stays humble. That's why.
I don't know, but man, every single one of my Hot Wheels cars became Wonder Bug, and like I would have, like I'd create just sets of them. Here's the crapped out version, and then honk, and then here's the super one. And boy, that thing would be flying around all over the place. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
So how much say do they have in the animation shorts or series that they included in their live action stuff. That's what I kind of wonder, because Banana Splits was one of my loves of, relearning about the Krofts. And my favorite one was the superheroes that they had. Clockman, Diaper Man, Rope Man. Like,
right. The Mighty Heroes.
So weird. And like, I talked about this for years, and people had no idea what I was talking about, and I thought I was making things up.
No, I still want to make a game based on it.
Yeah, but that wasn't Krofft. It was Hanna-Barbera.
That was just
They just did the puppets. That was like their big launch,
right?
Right, the Banana Splits. Because the other thing that I really enjoyed with Banana Splits was Adventure Island, which is a live action.
Yeah.
That you only got like 2 or 3 minutes in each episode, and the storyline would continue. But all of that was all Richard Donner. He wrote and directed and handled all of those. And for you people out there, Richard Donner went on to do great movies like the original Superman movies, and
just basically the original Superman movie. That's all you really
whatever you define movie superhuman by the defining film, just him.
Right.
So, outside of the Bugaloos, my biggest Sid and Marty Krofft influence was always Land of the Lost.
Yep.
Freaking
Chaka
and the Slee Stacks and the
Chaka.
Oh God,
Lisa Stacker. Lisa Stacker. Shut up, Chaka. God. Shut up.
That was my jam.
Oh, the intro to that alone was amazing. Them going down the raft and that the mountain kind of thing kind of opening up like that to where they go down the waterfall and all that. I mean, you really felt it as a kid watching that. You're on the raft. You feel like you're there on the raft with them.
I wanted to go down so many waterfalls in a raft.
Oh, yes.
Just to...
Absolutely.
I have to say, growing up, I could watch Jaws and the scary movies. This, I couldn't watch that well. It scared me.
Oh yeah, when they wake up and that T-Rex is over them, and even now you look back and you watch it, it's claymation, stop motion animation, and it looks cheesy and all that. But man, as a kid, that thing scared the heck out of you. And they're running, and they run up that cave. And the ending clip is the T-Rex turning around to the camera and roar, with the black and just blackout with the inside of its mouth, and wow, it was just an amazing feeling of whoa, they really are in the land of the lost. I don't know how they're going to get out of this.
What's funny about Land of the Lost is because I remember it aired in 1985. It was the replacement for Pryor's Place because that got canceled after one season. And I thought that was like a new show back then because, I was small and didn't know better. It's like 1974 through 76. I didn't realize it was that old of a show.
Yeah.
And it's like, it still looked that good 10 years later.
Yeah, exactly.
Just, we have no concept of what's new and what's not. This is a show that's on and we're watching it. So.
Yeah. We watched a lot of older shows when we were kids in comparison to what goes on today. But yeah, it's like because I had like this whole mythology because it was funny because the song was like Marshall, Will, and Holly, and the dad was actually named Rick. So I don't know where they got that.
Maybe his last name was Marshall. I don't know.
It was.
Oh, okay, so
Marshall.
That's really weird that they couldn't just sing Rick, Will, and Holly.
Yeah, I guess maybe it just didn't hit that little beat in the song.
They needed
Rick, Will, and Holly. Yeah, we need another syllable.
Quick, somebody. Marshall, Will, and Holly.
And my favorite episodes in Land of the Lost dealt with whenever they found these pylons where they would go in and there would be these colorful jewels with the lights and stuff. It was like some kind of futuristic computer thing from what you didn't know. Was it aliens that had, reached down to this land of the lost or whatever?
I assumed it was always aliens because they were too advanced for being prehistoric.
Prehistoric there, right?
I remember the talking Sleestack.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
See, I had always wondered
did he have
if
white?
Yeah, he was a different colored skin than the green ones.
And he had a voice like this that would talk
I thought for the longest time that maybe what happened is that somehow the aliens had kind of regressed and like they became the Sleestacks, to where they couldn't talk anymore and that kind of stuff. But I don't know.
Like the Planet of the Apes thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, so Doombot saying the Sleestack race had a dystopia era. They were more advanced at one time.
Okay, so it was like that. Okay, so they were the ones that created the cool punchy button thing, pylon thing. It was so vivid.
That's interesting.
And then
they started watching reality TV, and they lost all the technology after that.
Right, you're right.
So it's a cautionary tale.
Yes. Turn off your Facebooks and your Real Housewives.
And then the one albino Sleestack who could speak probably could read and write also, and he was left to write teenage dystopian novels about
he was the Sleestack bohemian hippie,
I have to say, like that opening when they're going down the raft and the waterfall and it opens up, it always reminded me of the Dungeons and Dragons opening.
Yes.
Yes.
So I wonder if there was any sort of like callback to that when they were making that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see if the D&D people were like such fans of Land of the Lost. They were like, we totally have to do this. To pay homage with it. That'd be really cool.
Give it a
that fish out of water thing.
What was your favorite, Kaiser, of Land of the Lost?
What was the little girl's name? Holly. Yes. I had to go through the names. Marshall, Will, Holly. I had a crush on her as a kid.
Was she redhead?
She was blonde, strangely enough. She wasn't a redhead. But she walked around. She looked like a picnic.
Never cease.
She had that like plaid shirt on. She looked like a walking picnic. I don't know.
Walking
For the T-Rex?
And our rating goes up.
I was 4 or 5?
And our rating goes up. It was kind of fun. A couple years back, Doombot and I actually met Will and Holly, Wesley,
no way.
And Kathleen Coleman. They were at the Star Trek convention in Vegas.
Oh, awesome!
And we just like hung out with them and talked and got a picture with them and just just hung out with them for like an hour. And what's funny is they were actually at Pensacon this year in Florida, and we ran into them and they remembered us.
What?
So we talked for like another 30, 45 minutes like this year.
Well, you and Doombot are memorable.
We try to be.
Very true.
But yeah, that was really fun. I think one of the actors who played one of the Sleestacks was there as well. I can't remember him, but he's like, "Oh yeah, hey," and it was just like this weird, random reunion. It had been like 2 or 3 years since the last time we had seen him.
But could anybody go, "Hey, I was a Sleestack"?
Right? He had like the mask head. You could actually take pictures with him. They had like a raft in the ground, so you could all sit in the raft together and. Yeah, it was kind of awesome. They were so funny because they were like totally into it. I mean, they're just like, we're just having fun with it. But when we went up, we weren't like talking about the show. We were just talking about like weird recipes and weather and stuff like that. Just like regular day-to-day stuff.
Recipes.
Weird
Sleestack
recipes.
And we're talking about food and points of interest, I think. That was like, that was the thing. It's like, oh, you have to go here since you're here. And
did any of you guys ever watch The Guild?
Oh yeah.
There's a great episode where I guess the guy who played his Blades gets into like a private party with all the celebrities at a con, and they're all just sitting around talking about each other's like their pets and like daycare and just human,
just like
normal everyday stuff. And he was so distant. He's like. He got kicked out. I don't remember exactly, but he was so disenchanted. He's like, whoa, party, right, and everyone's just kind of looking at this like, who's this guy? Anyway, so my gardener came over, blah 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 blah. You know, is like just like what Guy was saying. Just you sit around, you talk about recipes, and I mean, they're people. That's
Yeah. I actually find that more fun than talking about like fan stuff. What was like episode 7? It's like no, you know, this is a great place you have to eat, and yeah, stuff like that. It's fun.
That's so cool. Yeah.
So the Krofft Superstar Hour was another one where they would kind of like, from what I remember, I think it was Channel 11 in our area here. They would just kind of rerun old shows, Wonder Bug and all that. And when Sigmund and the Sea Monsters came on instead of Wonder Bug, I was so freaking livid because for whatever reason, Sigmund and the Sea Monsters would come on more often than any of the other
I remember
shows.
that. It's like they were.
It pissed me off to no end.
I could see a little Danny sitting in front of TV like Hot Wheels everywhere, ready to reenact the big scene. He's like, no!
Yeah.
No!
Oh, man. Yeah, like flinging the Hot Wheels all the way over and getting ready to just find whatever seaweed around me, and I would squeeze the living life out of it.
Yeah.
Put a mop on your head to symbolize the seaweed.
I couldn't stand it.
But that's something. It's like you see, there's so many. When you watch reruns, you really only watch like 3 or 4 of them because it seems like those are the only ones they ever freaking air. And that's the thing you're talking about. Like, it's all you see is like one of this one, and you get 17 of this one.
Yeah.
You're like,
I demand more Bugaloos.
Yeah, for whatever reason, Sigmund and the Sea Monsters got 3 seasons, and I'll never understand why. Because he annoyed me. You liked it?
I did, yeah.
He annoyed me to no end.
Sid and Marty Krofft had great syndication opportunities. I mean, their stuff lasted for like years. They still may be somewhere playing.
Is there a Blu-ray set of any of their stuff available?
I know there are DVD sets of a lot of the shows. I don't know if Blu-ray, but it wouldn't be. I know like Shout Factory's done like a number of the shows.
Okay, that's good.
Many, many, many years ago, I had a 3-tape VHS set, but that's long gone.
Go find it.
No, it's not even here. It's long gone. 'Cause I don't have any need for VHS tapes anymore.
Yeah, you do.
Like
How you gonna open that video store?
Like exactly how? The Banana Splits lived on in syndication, I think, way longer than any of their other stuff. Like I remember.
That's how we saw them.
Yeah, I was, I don't know, 4th, 3rd grade, so a little older than I was, then.
Yeah.
And it was like Banana Splits, and then Scooby Doo, and then the not real Ghostbusters, and like all in kind of this weird block. But it was always Banana Splits.
Yeah.
Right.
At the same time, it's like when you're growing up, or at least for me, I had no concept that things weren't brand new.
Right.
Like, it wasn't until a little bit older when I realized that the New Adventures of Leave It to Beaver, like that wasn't like right now. You're like all the stuff that I Love Lucy and all that's like it's not right now. Like they're not just doing this right now.
They're so old.
I had no concept.
Yeah, syndication was just different.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Just no concept of time. I mean, yeah, things were dated, but I didn't
like that much dated.
Thought to it. Like, oh yeah, I'm just watching this. Oh yeah, okay. Because you give in to the the reality of it. Like, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like the Scooby Doo that was tagged with it weren't new by any stretch at that point.
Yeah,
you know? So Danny took some time earlier and put together a montage of Sid and Marty Krofft show intros.
Yep.
So,
A montage. Gonna be what a montage.
so I am going to hit play on this, and we will riff over it, and then when it ends, it
So
should
does the
be.
world.
So does the world. So let's.
Wait, where is it?
Armageddon starts.
Wait,
Hold on.
As
I gotta
soon as
find
Jay
it.
We've got to find it.
Come on, B.
Okay.
All right.
It's
Wait,
about.
wait.
It's 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes and 26 seconds long.
So Armageddon starts
Armageddon on.
now. La 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 la.
I was
Happy.
I wanted one of those little things that they were writing in. It looks so fun.
Banana 2, banana 3, banana 4. Go hook
Man,
up
I
with
love
Harley
those banana
Quinn, you
splits.
little whore.
See those little. See those look so much fun.
I miss old Six Flags.
Yeah, see
There's
there?
a log ride.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the Spelunker caves from Six Flags?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's Mine Train.
Yep. Uh-huh.
I never knew that about Six Flags until you mentioned it. It's like, now that's all I see. Judge Roy Scream. Yeah, that's
Right.
like Judge Roy Scream right there.
Yep. And then the mine train, yep.
Yep.
And
Total
see,
Geek
Coney
goes to Six Flags.
Island.
Year 3 special.
Oh yeah, we'll just get the costumes. And we'll run around. We're back.
There's the sombrero.
We're back,
Yeah.
bitches. If we showed up to the gate in full banana costumes,
Oh,
would they
that would
just
be
let
great.
us in?
Or call the police. Either way, it would be incredible.
Right.
It would. Now this one. This was great. DC Follies with Fred Willard from the
Yeah.
Christopher Guest
Oh,
movie.
man. Oh, Gorbachev.
Reagan.
Yep, Reagan and Gorbachev.
Well,
Well,
Models?
you remember the
Sam
other
Donaldson.
puppet parody, Spitting Image?
the stuff from the Phil Collins videos, like those
Yes.
really creepy puppets.
I think so. It was like the Spitting Image was like UK. It was almost like this. It was caricatures of famous people.
Yeah, Betty White was a guest on here. There were numerous guests on the
And
show
Anything. I
because
love
they're going to take off. So now, so then now they ran over Sam Donaldson.
What
it.
were they saying that America and Russia was colluding even back then?
Yeah.
Gorbachev.
It wasn't as psychotic back then.
Oh!
Nearly live.
Man, the show.
See,
Look how
there's the
young
great
he
Fred
is.
Oh, look how young
Willard.
he is.
Yeah.
Wow, that dude. Fred Willard. Holy crap. Wow.
And the Krofft puppets.
Yeah, they had Martin Mull was a guest.
Look at all
Bob
this
Uecker, Robin Leach. Oh, Dr. Shrieker.
Billy Barty!
Billy Barty.
Oh my God!
Yep, the great Billy Barty. He was his little henchman.
I know it's had that close things, yeah.
For you South Park fans out there, he was Kevin.
Oh man, look at that.
I do not remember this show at all.
Oh, really? It was part of the Super Hour
I guess
one.
I only got a super 30 minutes.
That's your bedtime.
He looks pretty decent special effects.
So, yeah, and
Oh,
this
yeah.
is
That was a great
obviously
show.
pre-Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Dr. Shrinker. He
Here's
may or may not be an actual medical doctor.
Deidre
There's the Pit Boy.
Marlena before she became possessed by rubber.
By the
Demon
devil.
Mask. Yeah.
Yeah, she was the reason why I watched Days of Our Lives.
Same here.
Yeah. She reason.
Sweet Christmas. She still looks good now. That's like the disturbing, messed up part about it. She sure still looks good now.
But the thing is, like, she looks like she's the same age from ever. Like
Yeah.
Reba. She looks
Yeah.
like the same age.
Look at all those criminals.
Like, that's great.
I kind of want that car. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
Wait, there was a car?
Oh, yes, the great Bob Denver.
DeVry Technical Institute.
Level 3 graphics need some tweaking.
Use you.
You know.
That's about Gilligan.
Lunch and lunch. Just an A in between.
Far out space nuts.
Yes.
Wow.
Buddy.
This is after he got saved, right? From the island?
That's
Yes.
He just gets stranded from an island to the
Stranded in
moon.
space. Could
Oh,
you
How would
imagine?
you like to be
That's-
known as?
Idea
Oh.
for you. Am I not on a damn island? No, you're in space.
No,
and
Patty
here, the
Maloney.
slapstick
That
physical
was
comedy.
that was Lumpy from Star Wars Holiday Special.
Was
Split
it?
doors.
Yeah, Patty Maloney was Lumpy.
Split
Oh,
doors.
boy.
man.
Dewey.
It always comes back to the Holiday Special.
Everything comes back. to
Friends, let's get
This
rough.
broke back? Come on, we got an IM. Right?
Alternate cut of Little House of
Broke
Prairie.
down mountain, yeah.
Michael Landon, no! Don't kick that cow, Patty.
Broke back, huffing stuff.
That was a cool boat, man.
Ah! That boat
I-
looked
Living
at
in
me.
Ireland. What could possibly go wrong?
Come sail away, come sail away, come and sail away with. Uh-oh. Her broom broom.
I've never seen this.
You've never seen HR Puffin stuff?
Man.
The intro?
Apparently I haven't because this is just new to me.
I think
See,
you.
that guy I know. That's
That's
HR
the Hamburglar. I mean, wait.
I think you've repressed some things, Kaiser.
I might have. Because I remember puffing stuff all day long.
Billy, get out of my toilet. What's wrong with that lad?
Give me a Big Mac.
Oh,
Yeah, Big Mac and the little...
Oh, there's Officer Big Mac.
Yep.
There's no copyright infringement intended at all. What are you talking about?
Puffin stuff.
He had the
Who's
same
friend
hat.
to get rough? HR Puffin stuff.
and
Can't
they're
do a little, but
that
can't
is
do a lot.
constant.
HR Puffin stuff. When you
Drawing
think
Jack Wild.
HR
We cheap
Puffin stuff.
food.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
I gotta turn this one up. Expedition.
You know, they were smart. They had life jackets on.
Yeah.
They were prepared.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Rick left and he was replaced by Uncle Jack?
The uncle, I know, I hated that.
Remember that episode where they helped him off a horse?
Oh yeah.
Is it like cousin
Cousin Oliver?
Oliver?
Remember in the Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
It's a good thing that they're wearing brown pants.
hmm
Yeah.
So did anyone see the remake movie with Will Ferrell?
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Did you? Okay.
I did.
Yeah, I did.
I took a picture in front of the marquee and that's all I did.
I wish that was
I
all
have
I
a
did.
hate relationship with Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell's best connection to this is playing Officer Will and Holly in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Correct. I watched that just the other day.
Wow.
This was another one of my... of course, this is like all my hits.
Is
I
that-
loved all these episodes.
Is that the
Different-
That's
Jupiter 2?
Yeah, that's Dear Neighbors.
Oh,
Golly,
different
Sarge,
strokes,
right now a
2015.
robot from the future.
Oh my god.
Holy shizbot.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Yep, surprise, surprise, surprise.
Oh, here, I gotta go push buttons now. Hold on, we're gonna go flying, kids.
So
Woohoo!
they stole the
Failed
Jupiter
reboot
2.
for Different Strokes 2015. Never took off.
The Lost Saucer? Okay, they stole the freaking Jupiter 2 and then have the nerve to call the show The Lost Saucer?
Let people have things.
No! Give it back, Jim Neighbors.
Yeah, Jim Neighbors. Let's go millennial on Jim Neighbors for this.
Go. Do you have your Hot Wheels lined up?
No.
Who are you anymore?
Oh,
There it is.
Wonderbug!
Bug.
that's so crazy.
Wow, they're rendered like.
Just wait. It's gonna go. It's flying, and then it's gonna go.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
No shifts were given.
Oh, look at them flying. How adorable.
I love how everything looks so Southern California.
And yet that scene looks on par with the Spider-Man Homecoming scene where Spider-Man is flying into the...
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, some kind of wonder bug. Wow.
Well, you know.
Well, not.
Oh man.
Well, I have been drinking, and definitely
Nasal tab.
Sid Marty Krofting. This
Mhm.
whole
Oh,
episode.
absolutely. I think we all have.
I apologize if my volume has increased each sip I
Your
took.
shirt keeps coming
It's
off.
just showing your enjoyment of the crop.
Right,
right.
it really is. I keep pushing my mic away from my mouth. I'm like, maybe this will help.
No.
Crop.
Everyone is deaf thanks to you. It's cool.
Crop.
See, this is the greatness that you get when you actually allow Greek immigrants into the country. Their parents were immigrants from Greece.
Really?
That's
Yes.
Maybe
Yes.
they're the ones that did all the drugs. And then when they had
Sid Marty.
Sid Marty.
In the 1930s Greece, I'm not really sure they had a lot of drugs there.
And
Yeah.
Grease is the word.
anyway, oh, I
Last.
love these old things that make me feel old.
And make
Yeah,
you
but
feel-
definitely it makes me want to go back and watch some episodes. And there's a ton of them out there on YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, for free. You can
And I
just
do think
go.
we owe a lot to their creativity and their just boundless kind of like, let's try this, let's try this, let's try this, let's try this.
Yeah, a female superhero-led team. You know,
Mhm.
Right.
that
Yeah.
was groundbreaking back then. I mean, was that pre or post Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman 66, right?
Oh, okay, so it was
No,
post
she was like 77. I think.
77. Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, Electro Woman was
Batman
around at the time, so one probably inspired the other. I'm
Right.
thinking.
Right.
yeah, well, there's definitely a lot of borrowing. You know, you could say the same thing with the McDonald Land and the HR Puff and stuff. You know, you have things build upon each other. You're like, take this and
Make it
Change.
purple.
yeah.
Yep.
Thanks, Grimace.
Don't you diss the Grimace.
I'll just do
Yeah.
this.
all this music has inspired me. I'm going to open a club and just play Pryor's Place nonstop. That's all they did.
You really should.
That's my jam, yo. I'm glad you had another song besides Ghostbusters. Ray,
Yeah, he's not a one-hit wonder.
are you happy, Ray?
He's a one-season wonder.
Hey, he's got a season.
Yeah, that's more than we have. No, wait, we're in year 2.
Yeah, we're in year 2 now.
We gave ourselves a second season. We don't have
Electric
to wait on
Boogaloo.
anybody.
That's right.
Oh, Ray.
All right, I'm babbling here, guys.
Yeah.
It's been fun. I love our drinking episodes. Not because I love to drink. It's just it was fun.
You have a problem. It's cool.
Today was much needed. Kind of being with you guys.
Yeah.
And having the fun. So, love all you guys and all you watching. I love
Yeah.
you. Not as much as these guys, but almost. It's pretty
How
close.
We all love the Sid Marty Krofft.
That's
There
right.
we go.
Give him some
Got
love.
much love. They deserve the Emmy Lifetime Achievement Award that they got this year.
Yes, they did.
For sure.
Yeah.
Totally.
Totally deserve it.
And stuff coming out. That's even great. I mean, these people who've been working since the 50s, they still have new stuff coming out. So that's
Yeah.
they're like the shit.
Sid's in his 80s and Marty's in his late 70s, and they're still kicking and
They're still
doing
rough.
it. And I hope, and hopefully they'll pass down the torch, and we'll still get more Krofft later on.
Every day they're Krofftling.
Hats off to the Krofts.
All right.
That's right.
So this has been Total Geek Live 19XX Sid and Marty Krofft episode. And as always, it's all
What kind of show is
geek
this?
to us.
All geek us.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Don't try to think.
Bye.
Pryor's Place. It's on your jam list now.
Word.
Okay.